I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
Many traits, a master of nothing. We know you don't know nothing about boxing.
Champion of the world, Mike Tyson. Then I'll illustrate my reign with bloodshed and pain. Then everybody will fear me. That tremble in the bone.
He talks too much, he's ugly, he's pretending I'm the true champion, and they make me the underdog. I'm gonna show them all they're wrong, because I'm the champion. I'm the real champion. There'll never be one like me.
They don't want no confrontation.
I don't know, don't be a fighter, you don't want no confrontation. Nope.
Shit about boxing. Most motherfuckers don't know shit about boxing. Most motherfuckers don't know shit about boxing.
Yo, the JBT is back at you with another raffle. This time we'll be giving away an iPad, 10th generation iPad, on entertainment in the pocket of your hand. So you wonder, how do you get this iPad? It's only $10. We're giving away block specials for all our prizes this time around. $10 per entry. 3 entries for just $25 to get you in this time. Who don't love a block special? Not only are we giving away an iPad, but it's more gifts. Who don't love gifts?
Yo, what's up, family? How y'all doing today? This is D1, one half of the Angry White Man. And just like Thomas Hill says, we're in here. Got a quick pop-up live, filling some time slots. No dead air. That's the motto. That's where we're trying to get to in the JBT. Trying to have this shit popping off. So there ain't no dead time. Only one person in here right now. So whoever that is, I think it's me from my phone. Shout out to me. Solo. Maybe William Old School might pop in. Maybe not. Who knows? We here though. Oh, I'm here. Chilling. Got a couple things to talk about. I'm going to go over what the fuck's going on in Twitter today. I'm going to give you guys as much as I can give you. We're going to see what's popping. Yo, anybody see this Shushu and Keyshawn Davis joint? Hold up. Let me take this Bluetooth off so y'all can hear it. What is this called? It is called The Good Exchange. Shout out to Top Rank for not reporting people, for helping them promote their fights. Shout out to Josh Allen and the Bills last night. They was trimming. It was pretty dope. My man played an almost perfect game, but I'm about to show you guys this Shushu and Keyshawn joint. $3 million. We'll get to the good exchange in a second. I gotta salute some OGs. Salute to you, Thomas Hill. Appreciate you, champ. You already know what time it is. Tim Layton, what up, homie? Don't work too hard, champ. You know what I mean? Need some energy for yourself. What up to me? I'm in the building. And Bruce Gas, quadruple OG. One, the only one. Shout out to Bruce Gas and shout out to Kaz, the Boxtorian. Tap in with my OG and learn you something on a daily basis. He ain't just on there talking shit. He's on there telling y'all and teaching y'all the history of boxing, hence the name, the Boxtorian. 2 o'clock. Tap in with him. It's crazy, huh? I wonder how old Shushu is. Does anybody know? Let me check. How old is American boxer Bruce Shushu Carrington?
I found this on the web.
Damn, 97. Damn, he's 27 years old, bro. Time to start fighting people. Time to start getting in the mix, Shushu. I like Shushu a lot. He's from New York. He reps the Brownsville, never ran, never will. That kid can fight, man. But I didn't know he was 27 years old. Why is it taking so long? 28. What up, Crush? What's popping, Grumpy OG? How you doing today, man? Man, 28 years old, ain't never even thought of contending for a title. Why do y'all think that is, man? That's kind of crazy to me. He should have been in the mix. People saying he ain't ready for Monster. Yeah, right. 28 years old. If you ain't ready now, you ain't never gonna be ready, kid. Time to start taking some tests. Time to start contending for some belts. I can't believe Keyshawn just big homied him. That was crazy. I thought Bruce was younger than Keyshawn. Shit. That's a little age disparity for you. Yeah, man. I definitely thought it was vice versa. Keyshawn got a fight coming up. Should be a good one. I might even go to it. Virginia, November 8th. What day does November 8th fall on?
It's Friday, November 8th.
Oh shit, Keyshawn got a Friday? Damn, there must be some events going on that weekend. There's a lot going on. Zach B, appreciate you, homie. Thanks for stopping through on this pop-up live. Been popping up yesterday, popping up today. It's because my busy season at work, I finally got some shit caught up. I don't have to kill myself no more. I can handle most of it from here. I'm in here. I got nothing but time on the off season. I'll be popping up live everywhere you look as much as I possibly can. Trying to get monetization. We got like 1,400 hours out of 3,000. Hopefully I don't do nothing in between 1,400 and 3,000 to get tooken down or anything like that. So I'm trying to like not swear as much, but that's almost like ingrained into my DNA. I don't know how to talk without swearing. People probably think that you're less educated for that, and it's not. It's just simply where I grew up and how I grew up. I swear a little bit. Kids, I'm sorry. Probably shouldn't even be watching this anyways. This shit is rated R. Rated R, to say the least. You guys see the Devin Haney and Ryan sparring footage? Makes people think that that Osterine couldn't have had that much to do with it. I seen it on my man All Things channel on Instagram. Shout out to All Things. You normally in here. Shout out to you, dog. I'm about to pull up some footage real quick. Ooh, wait a minute. Yeah, Josh Allen was a stud last night.
Boxers are fucking pussies, dude.
Oh, you see this?
Devin Haney's a bitch. He's such a bitch. Dude, if Devin Haney wants to talk shit, he really wants to fight, I'll put $1 million, me versus him, no time limit, and we can fight. MMA rules, just a fight. Or we can do no rules, so if you want to fucking eye poke me, you can. Do a real fucking fight. If you want to talk shit on Twitter, we can really, really actually fight. Or just don't talk shit. One of the two. Either don't talk shit or let's actually fight. Yeah. I would box. I wouldn't put $1 million amount of money up, but I would box Devin Haney. Just boxing rules, just to protect him. I would just simply box him. But he wouldn't simply just fight me. So, I mean, don't talk shit. Yeah.
Y'all can hear that? He's talking like $1 million. Devin Haney don't give a fuck about no $1 million, dog. And that's how you know these UFC guys are grossly underpaid. Put up $1 million of your own money. Devin Haney asking for $4 million to fight Liam Perot in Australia. I was about to say Alaska and shit. Pretty cold fight. But yeah, dude, he talking about $1 million. I bet you Devin Haney will piece that boy up. Devin Haney ain't got a lick of power. Fuck around and stop Sean O'Malley. Straight up. What up, Big Supreme? Shout out to my homie stopping through. I'm going to drop the link for y'all in a minute if anybody want to come up here and cook a little bit. I'm just looking for the sparring footage. And yo.
Tank is like, for me, Tank is like a nigga like me, you know what I'm saying? Knockouts. You know, but as far as, and I always said this about Shakur, like, people don't like Shakur, right? Because, you know, he's a dude that hits and don't get hit, you know?
Yeah, technician.
like people like that understand boxing. Like a dude like me, I'm in the sport. I love that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something that I can sit there and that's like a masterpiece for me. You know what I'm saying? But for like people like y'all or like people that's outside of the world of boxing, you know, it's like boring or the niggas, you know, like he's just dirt. You feel me? But a fight between both of them, I think Shakur will win. You know, I think, you know, his IQ. But like I said, you know, Tank is
that shit gets me every time when they start talking about IQ, and that's the reason Tank would lose to somebody. That's the last reason. Tank's fight IQ is through the roof, bro. Every bit, if not higher than Shakur's. And I don't even know where these people get this shit from, dog. Like, do they even watch boxing when they start talking about Shakur's IQ is the reason he'll beat Tank? Man, it ain't his IQ. It's his feet. It's the quick movements. It's the quick jumping back, getting out of range far enough so you can't hit me. Defensive. That's what would beat Tank. And I guess you can say IQ, but Tank's IQ is way too high for that. Like, everybody thinks Tank ain't never deal with a pure boxer before. These guys have been boxing since they're kids. Tank been boxing since he's 7 years old. So is Shakur. Like it bothers me that these dudes try to act like Tank's boxing skills and IQ isn't every bit, if not higher, than all of theirs. And by the way, Edgar Berlanga is on the longest participation trophy media run you have ever seen. I have never in my life seen a guy lose a fight and go on Radio Row for like a press tour afterwards, like he won the damn fight. That's how you know we're entrenched with the trophy baby shit. Not every kid deserves a trophy. I don't care, man. If that's something that makes you feel a type of way, this shit ain't gonna be for you. My live streams ain't gonna be for you, because every kid gets a trophy. Shit, it's touching all aspects of life, and it's polluting it. If you ask me, you don't deserve a trophy. Your opinion barely matters. It only matters to the people you're around every day. Other than that, you're just typing. You're just typing. That's it. Go on Twitter. Maybe more people will hear you. I ain't giving out trophies. Sorry. You got to do more than participate for me. I mean, Edgar did a lot better than everybody, including myself, thought he would do. He definitely did, but he won maybe 1 or 2 rounds of that fight if you're being totally generous to him. And you guys heard me say this. We need more stars. We definitely need more stars. Yeah, I don't think so neither, Jackie. Bugs, what's happening, champ? Bugs, my guy. He's literally bought me like 5 memberships on YouTube. He's the reason I'm even stuck around JBT talking shit. I got a gift membership at J Hardcore's channel. Shout out to the big homie. And I've been here ever since. Now we talking crazy on this YouTube. Yo, Legacy, what's poppin', champ? Appreciate you. You already know what time it is. Yeah, so Jay got a call while he was live, and they said Lamont Roach is definitely, well, not in that call, but Lamont Roach is definitely a contender for the Tank fight. An intriguing matchup was all we got out of him. Past that, I just hope it's not Manny Pacquiao. I hope nobody thinks that's intriguing, including the guy that called Jay from the PBC. You can't tell me that that's intriguing, because it's not. It's really not. We already know what time it is. Tank will smoke Pacquiao. Smoke his ass like a piece of salmon, like a rainbow trout in the fall time. Easy work. Nobody want to see that shit, Tank. Nobody want no Manny Pacquiao smoke. Nobody want that shit. My man was just in Japan looking like a senior citizen out there. And I think Buddy was taking it easy on him, truth be told. And plus, Manny Pacquiao's a 147-pound fighter. If Tank ain't going up to 140 to fight none of these guys, and make no mistake, he shouldn't. Tank should stay right where he's at, and these guys should be chasing him. They should be calling him out. They should be doing everything underneath the sun to get a fight with this young man. It's the Super Bowl of boxing for any guy in or at or around them weight classes. It's the big event, the big fight, the top one. Why is it so quiet when this guy doesn't got a fight, when he ain't got nothing signed? Where is the people? Where are the fighters calling his ass out, acting like they do when he's got a fight announced? When we're in the 8 weeks that they're building the fights, they'll all start coming out the woodwork. Floyd Schofield and Auntie Schofield, shout out to y'all for actually calling somebody out and actually trying to get the fight. Because if I'm Tank, I knock Schofield out just because over here talking crazy about that man. He not what you think he is. He a mortal man. We seen him get knocked down in sparring. Man, that shit is sparring, dog. It's practice. We don't talk about how many incompletions a football team had in practice. You know why? Because it's practice. They're just getting at it. They're just figuring some shit out. Just working. Save the sparring stories. And you sadly mistaken if you think that's why you're going to beat Tank because somebody got off on him in sparring. Sadly mistaken. Every man in the world beat Tank up in sparring. It's all over YouTube. Anytime, anywhere near a Tank fight, the sparring stories come out. It's shocking to me he hasn't lost under the lights yet. How many guys beat his ass in sparring? For real. It's truly shocking. Yeah, I thought Ugas ended Pacquiao's career too. Man, remember when Jinky was feeding him the oatmeal and shit or whatever? He's like all puffed up, eating a joint, slurping it out of a spoon. But yo, that's what this is the hurt game. That's what happens. You want to throw punches for a living, plan on looking like that a few times in your life. That's why these guys need all that time off after catching a brutal beating because, man, healing takes time. You need rest. You need peacefulness. You got to just go lay it down. Chill out for a minute. Like TBO, what my man say? They mad at Tank for what? Who else is there? Facts. Who else is there for Tank to fight? He always do what we do. Deep down inside, they know what's up. Yeah, they do. They do, Legacy. That's a fact. They ain't shit, man. Listen. If I wanted a Tank fight, I'd be doing what Auntie Schofield and them are doing. But they ain't gonna get it. Talking about we're next in line for the WBA. Like that shit really matters. Talking about the law and where I'm positioned. Man, if you don't sound like you just started following boxing yesterday with that bullshit, I'm in line. So, fuck does that mean? I don't mean shit, dog. And besides the point, if I'm Schofield, I know I'm not ready for that. We seen your last couple fights, dog. We seen where you was at. It's on the internet for everybody to see. And that's what gets me about like Elijah Pierce and shit. Trying to clout chase, but not really trying to clout chase. Man, fuck out of here with that shit. We seen your last OTX fight. And then we seen the one before that where you got beat up. Damn near lost the last one. Dazed and stunned in their mad times. I don't know if that kid could take a punch or he takes too well of a punch. The guy he was fighting was a serious puncher, but it looked like he got hurt from every shot. from the 5th on. OTX fighting ass. Don't make me pull up the footage, dog. Matter of fact, we're gonna see what it's hitting for, Elijah. We're gonna see it. These guys act like they're just, man. We be watching all that shit. We be watching every fight. I don't care if 2 mice are fighting over a piece of cheese. I'm watching. We junkies. For real, for real. Watching all this, dog. Oh, shit, I got the ads on YouTube because I'm on my angry white man joint so I can give Jackie a wrench. I'm over here reading through commercials and shit. Here we go. What flag is that? Oh, that's Panama, I think. This is a big ass kid too, fighting at 122. Like what? How are you so goddamn big, my boy? Oh yeah, Buddy was getting that. He was getting that, Elijah. We gotta show it. This the guy on Southpaw and shit. Talking about sparring stories. Buddy Martin don't have a high guard like Tank does. He just standing there. 122-pound fighter. You know why he fights at 122? Because he can't beat the guys at 126 or 130. Man, shout out to, I can't play too much of that. They're going to copyright me. The Zone, I'm just trying to push the sport forward, man. You copyrighted me 3 times yesterday. Some bullshit. It's all good. I got the editing tool. Cut that out of there. But, yeah, Elijah Pierce shouldn't even be allowed on a live stream to talk shit, especially if you're a 160-pound man fighting at 122. Come on, man. Stop the cat. Stop the clout chasing. Either do it all the way or don't do it at all. Don't be in the middle. 1 foot in, 1 foot out type. Can't play boxing, and you shouldn't be playing the shit talking that goes with it. Oh, God. Yeah, Auntie Schofield. Texas 16 South. My 83 veteran. 80 babies in the motherfucking building. Shout out to you, Texas South. Thanks for stopping through, man. 16. Appreciate you. You already know what it is. I ain't got too much more smoke for these guys. Hold on, let me find this. Give me 1 second. It's hard for me to do 2 things at once. I'm overthinking or underthinking or both. Where the hell is this sparring shit at? Why can't I find it now? Damn, dog. Matter of fact, I'll go to YouTube. I want to show this Ryan versus Devin sparring because I think it shows a lot and tells a lot. Kind of looks exactly how the fight was going. Ooh, there we go. I think that's it. Oh, shit. Yeah, Fight Hype. Shout out to Fight Hype. Floyd Hype. You know. You know what I'm saying. Shout out to y'all. Thank you for having Creative Commons attributes. So us guys with live stream can push the sport forward. That's the shit. Let's watch it. Can you see it? Or is there too much glare? Yeah. Oh, man. The fucking music. Hold up. I got to turn this music down. They be tweaking. All right, there we go. It looks exactly how the fight went, though. For real, for real. I don't know where they thought we'll get at Ryan and bring the fight to Ryan. Like, it was the craziest, worst game plan I've ever seen, dog. Like, for real, for real. Maybe they thought they could take their punches. They weren't, you know what I mean? I don't know where they got that from, though, dog. I really don't. Oh, shit, it was that quick of a clip. I don't know where their matchmaker was like, all right, yeah, we got Ryan. Or is it like Mike Tyson said on Cam and Mace, it is what it is. Matchmaking's a lost art. All the guys that were good at matchmaking checked out. You know what I mean? All these ninjas got American Gladiator spar stories over Tank, but when them lights come on, Tank always seemed to shine brighter. And that's a fact. That's a fact, Thomas. I swear, if we went by the sparring stories, my boy would have got beat up. Old school at work, he probably tuned in. He probably listening. He wants to go live later in the day. I'm just really these like the title says. I'm just shooting from the hip, pressing live. I ain't got shit else going on. I mean, I'm in trim jail. I don't know if everybody knows what that is, but it's got to do with flowers and trimming leaves. You know what I mean? Making flowers look pretty. If you know, you know. And if you don't, you probably pay. Yo, so I think we're gonna get a Tank announcement probably Friday. If I had to take a guess at it, I'd say the paperwork be done by Friday. Nobody really pushes the needle in America like Tank does. I mean, I'm a content creator. I make shorts. I make a couple little videos, and the numbers don't lie. Do you know what I mean? Devin Haney, actually, he does some numbers on YouTube. So does Ryan Garcia, but by far, it's Tank Davis. It's like almost pointless to make anything else or, push out shorts because you're only going to get like a couple hundred views opposed to like 10K or shit. I had it one short, my best short ever did like 42,000, and it of course was a Tank short. It's just is what it is, man. I'm about to check on Twitter and see where the news starts at. See what's trending. What's going down in the boxing world. Shushu fights this weekend, right? Shushu. Who else fights? Anybody know what the card is this weekend? I'm about to check. Just don't want too much dead air time. Just got to keep. Oh, Loma's sports trending. Loma. What? This would have been Haney. This would have beat Tank, fast twitches. This Haney would have beat Tank, fast twitch. These guys, I'm not even reading that shit no more. You guys are smoking dog food. The version of Loma the version of Haney that fought Loma would beat Tank. What? This is how I know, Kevin. Yeah, I mean 9. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And Roger Mayweather was talking to you directly. This is what this goofy says. This Haney would have beat Tank. Fast twitches, footwork, speed, body work. Right there, that word, body work. Gets him knocked the fuck out. Keep throwing them slow shovels to the body against Tank, and you're going to be smoked. Put on a fucking skewer. Make a shish kebab out of your bitch ass. Straight up. Body work, offense coming off the defense. He was making Loma miss 5, 6, 7 punch combinations. He would have made Tank miss his 2, 3 punch combinations. Invest in Tank's body is how you beat Tank. Huh? You can try if you'd like. They'll be picking you up, bro. Picking your bitch ass up. Smelling salt type shit. They're going to have to help you up, dog. Stop giving your fighter bad advice. He probably looks at that tweet and says, what the fuck is this kid talking about? Wagwan Dragon. Appreciate you, dog. Salute to you. Who's more like, that's because the ninja is stupid for inarticulation. It's the same person. Yeah, facts, Thomas. Who's more like 5'7", 5'8"? Not Tank. Tank's like 5'4". They say he's 5'5". I don't know, bro. When I met him in person, dog, he looked smaller than my wife. Shorter than my wife, like real shit. Looked like a kid from across the room. I said, God damn, all this hoopla over that little guy. Shit. Crazy. Ain't no little lightweight never garnished this much attention ever in the sport, even though Roberto Duran started there. So many legends of the past started at lightweight. All this noise about a lightweight from Baltimore is kind of crazy to me. Ain't no lightweight in the history garnished this kind of attention. And it's kind of getting into the Tyson air, if you will. It's getting up there, man. His tickets sell out so fast. If you ain't got a link to the pre-sale and your notifications ain't on, you're paying to go to a Tank fight. $1,000 for the upper deck, for the third joint. Not even the lower bowl. You're paying probably $1,500, $2,000 a ticket if you ain't got the notifications on for the pre-sale. Shit. D1, you should have done a Conor McGregor voice. Who the fuck? Yeah, I'm not good with the UK and Irish mateys. Sound like a fucking pirate. Yeah, man. I'm gonna drop the link in a second. I had one other thing to talk to you guys about, but it seems to have slipped my mind. Let's see what new. Oh yeah, that's it. I wanted to talk about the card this weekend. I'm trying to find the official announcement for it or a poster for it, but everybody just wants to talk about Tank, Dev, Shakur's soft hands, Teofimo Lopez. Dan the Boxing Man says, Teofimo Lopez says, every time I throw this power, they run. You might be next. 1-2. Keyshawn Davis. I will fuck you up, boy. Last time we was in the gym, we was in the ring sparring, you felt this power. That's Keyshawn ringside yelling at this dude. That shit funny. What do y'all think about Keyshawn Davis, though? For real. You guys think that he's the next guy, or at least the next guy in the making? He's young, got the Olympic pedigree. He'll fight with you too, man. That last what was it? Madueno fight. Yeah, he was bringing it, bro. He was definitely bringing it. But he said he'd make easy work out of Buddy, and that's the last thing I seen. He ain't make easy work out of it. That was a tooth and nail type of fight. What do y'all think about Keyshawn? His ego is too huge, Jackie says. He does got a big ego. I think you gotta earn as big an ego that he's got. But fighters have to be like that. They have to think of themselves as the best, and no man came from his mother beat me. That's the type of energy they need to have. They need to have that Rolly type shit. Just all the way out in left field by themselves. My boy Tex says Shushu will be more successful. Man, that was really shocking to me to find out he's 28 years old. Where are you at, dog? Time to start getting in some step up fights. I'd be on Bob Arum's helmet if I'm 28 years old and all I got is one of these rinky dink belts that put me in position. So they put you in air quotes, put you in position. I'd be mad as shit. I'm 28 years old, bro. It's time to go. This is a young man sport. Younger than a young man. Shit. Half the people in boxing 25 years old, I wouldn't even it's a young man's sport. D1, you calling Shakur pillow hands remind me of Southpaw, who be cracking me up when he ain't saying shit like Shakur is the softest boxer. Yeah, well, Shakur can box, man. I don't pull no credit from my man's pure boxing ability, but to me, serious fight fan. I like the guys that's the difference between pro and amateur. In the pros, we're not looking for 1,000 jabs and blah 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 point my way. We're looking for a show. People forget what this game is built on, and it's always been about the show. Are you gonna box or are you gonna fight? We want a little bit of in my opinion, I think the guy who can do both, the boxer puncher, that's the guy who's got the best chance to win in any fight. Just my humble, well, not so humble opinion. You know what I mean? I like the guy that can sit down with you and fight a little bit, can box on the back foot if need be. A fighter. That, you know what I mean? That's why they make such a big deal transitioning from amateur to pro. They don't want you boxing like an amateur in a pro ring, because that shit ain't never sell a ticket ever in the history of the sport. They've been trying to condition fighters coming up through the amateur. This ain't the way we're gonna do it in the pros, though. That's why they take the certain amateurs and put money behind them, because of their styles and the way they perfect their craft. Yeah, you can box and that's all cute and well. What you gonna do when it's coming time to fight? When a guy says, fuck all that boxing shit, I'm forgetting about the footwork. I'm chasing your ass out the back door throwing punches. You know what I mean? So I like the guy who can fight a little bit more than anything. Let me drop the link for my homies real quick, see if anybody want to come up here and build. I don't even know if Ant McQueen going live at 12. If he is, I'll be here. I'll be timely, and I'll be off of here. I'll be promoting you, Ant. Just let me know if you're going live, dog. If you're even listening, anybody know? Oh, Thomas Hill, your co-host. All right. Let me see. He says 27, 28 is the first year of male prime. Exactly, Tex. I think in boxing, it goes from 26 is the very start of it. And if you're a really elite fighter past, you know what I mean, you're going to go from 26 to 32, 33, 34 if you're lucky. But past 34, it's literally a crapshoot. You're out of your prime. And any guy you're going to beat from there is just a less skilled man. It's a styles thing after there. It becomes a test of will past there for the older guy. Once you're out of your prime and fighting, man, anybody got a chance to beat you, because you never know when the age is going to show up. You never know when it's going to rear its ugly head. It's crazy to me saying 34 and 36 is old, but it's only in the sport. I don't think that is of a man in real life. I just want to make that clear, because if you're a 34-year-old man in real life, you're not old. Just in boxing years, you're old. Just by the book, boxing years, you're old. Certain select fighters can get through it, though. They can get past that, like Terrence Crawford. Lomachenko is another one, but you got to be seriously elite to fight past 32, 34 years old. And it differs for each guy, you know what I mean? Depending on the guy. It definitely, it's definitely, your prime years are past you at that time. There's no two ways about it. I'm trying to pin this link, man. It won't let me. I don't understand. Oh, there it goes. Wow. Got it. Thomas Hill in the building. J.A. Dixon, what's happening, champ? Appreciate you. Thanks for stopping through. Add to the state. What's happening, Thomas?
What's up with you? What's good with you, Nate, man? Hey, way to come in and for the last 2 days, come in with the save, baby boy. You coming in like old boy Francisco Liriano that used to come in with that damn wicked ass heat and that.
little clutch gene, little clutch
Yeah,
action.
yeah. When the stakes is high, bases loaded, dog, and you up only one run, dog, and it's one out. You come in with the three straight Ks, dog.
No doubt. Shout out to Ox Busy.
Yeah, I busy my guy.
Salute to you, champ.
Dragon.
Feeling fantastic.
J.A. That's my guy too. Also Legacy, man. I'm gonna shout Legacy out. He was quoting
It's a legacy, bro.
He was quoting Southpaw. Now you know, man. I really don't rock Buddy like that, man. But he is funny at times, bro. And he be calling Coors soft and all that other stuff, man. I'm gonna dead all that. Shakur ain't not nobody getting in that ring really truly is soft, bro.
Hell no. I don't do that, bro. They ain't soft. They, maybe compared to the guy they're gonna fight, but I try to keep the bum out of it, the all that shit out of it. Go ahead, man.
Oh no. You was rocking. I mean, you was rocking, but I was just saying, like, go ahead.
No, go ahead, bro. Go ahead. It's my bad.
It's just what is it? Just
it's just you know what I mean, buddy. Southpaw, he found his lane. I mean, there's nobody that can put on an act for that long, like as long as he's been doing YouTube. That's truly him. You know what I mean? You got to be yourself in this shit. And the more I get on this camera, the more I can be myself, because this shit is nerve-wracking, bro. Anybody that'll hit go live on a StreamYard joint, you got my respect, man, because it takes it, especially if you know it's tough to be up here. It really is, bro. Like, that's why I tried to start off with one. I want to go as live as many times as I can, but just these off the hip joints, I'm struggling for something to talk about, because once this camera goes on, I know I'm the loudest motherfucker in the chat. I type the most, but once this camera goes on, it's like a state. You know what I mean? You start forgetting and shit. So just the guys that get up here and hit live on a StreamYard link, salute to you. Salute to everybody that's themselves too.
You know, the one thing that I know, and one thing that I always find help me, man, is if I'm passionate about something and I know it, I gotta treat the people that's viewing me like they my family and they asking, or somebody that really asking about what I do, so I could explain it to them. Because when you love what you do, when people come up and ask you, you quick to give that knowledge to them and whatnot, man. You got a lot of knowledge, bro. You love this thing, man. Just look at us as family, dog, or one of your children just asking you, man, well, what is it we talking about? What we doing? I think that makes it like, cause like you said, the nerves kick in, but man, you talking about what you love, bro. And you got passion for this shit.
You still get nerves, man.
I know that. Well, that's life, bro. Them niggas that hop in the ring, they got nerves. Tank get in there. He told you, bro. Hey, I respected Ryan because I knew what he could do, man. He in the fights. He win most of his fights by knockout. Only few of them go the distance, so you know the power real. So heck no, man. I ain't stupid. I ain't trying to get hit. So I mean, that's the one thing about Tank that I think people don't really rock with, man. The dude is genuine. And he honestly says the truth, dog. He really, only time he ever do some like playing on folks is when, all right, you play with his name. Then that's when he started doing some stuff. He might even say some stuff that he exaggerates. But for the most part, man, when he talking real talk.
Facts. I got nothing but respect for these guys that.
For sure. And like I like what you said. Southpaw found something, an act that he's good. I don't even know if it's an act. He might really be.
It's a niche.
Yeah, he like that dude Showtime the guy, man. They do them, and them works well.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't knock him, because what he's doing well. He's going well at it, but some of the stuff be overboard. Some of the stuff ain't necessary. When you talking about a man that's in that ring and he whooping tail like Shakur doing, how you call that man soft, dog? Now, of course, go ahead.
Because he'll get in the ring and do the same thing. I get it. I know why he'll say that, because he's a bigger man and he's been in boxing gyms and shit, been around. So I get why he's saying what he's saying, but, I think half of it's trolling, half of it's real. And as far as showbiz goes, That
wish.
dude's entertaining as hell. I used to look at him like a goofy. I didn't, when I first started watching
Yeah.
shit. But now that I know what it is, I take it for what it's worth.
Exactly.
My man is a pure entertainer, and it's
And
pretty
that's
dope.
that's how I look at Southpaw. So that's why I don't really, like you said, I take it with a grain of salt. But that being said, man, I'm gonna say this:
You gotta take it with a grain of salt. Bro.
Shakur problem is that dude. He talk a lot of stuff where he talking loud, but his bite ain't maximizing what the talk is maximizing. And I think that's where a lot of people take offense with him, man. But in the ring, man, I mean, I seen him like people gave him crap for the De Los Santos fight. But wasn't De Los Santos the one who showed up in Jersey talking about, I'm in your town and I'm finna whoop your tail? Matter of fact, I'm coming to the ring. I'm going to go and bring the fight to you.
Yeah.
He was supposed to do that, man. That's what he said he was going to do. He didn't do that.
Not even close. And I don't understand, man. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt and think maybe his shoulder was hurt in that fight. Because how the fuck do you get your first opportunity and you're over here? Out. I'm gone. I mean, you don't even. Well, Shakur was the one running. He was chasing, but he didn't work enough. It's every bit his fault as it is Shakur's fault. But we got to hold Shakur at a higher standard because of this and his pedigree and everything he comes from.
No, that's a fact.
That fight was a stinker, dog.
It really was. It really was.
Yeah, that was one of the worst fights in my lifetime, honest to God. And that's the exact kind of fight that promoters guard against. They don't, the matchmakers of this shit. Being a professional fighter, they're guarding against that. They don't want that. They want you fighting, man. You can box and everything, just when we need a show.
Hey, shout out my guy Ryan Fraser, Boxing Talk up north.
Ryan, what's happening, dog?
Brother, hey, you guys do me a favor and go sub to his channel.
Yeah.
Hey,
facts.
That man, he does a wonderful job keeping boxing as the forefront, man, not putting, personal bias or things in there. And that's what we need. We need more talks and discussions about boxing, man, because somewhere along the line, man, it became about clout, it became about money, and it became about other things than just getting in that ring and letting the best settle out their differences. And that's what my man Ryan Fraser, he's a throwback when it comes to that, man. Shout out that good brother. Boxing
shout out to Ryan. What's happening, champ? He's also got a brother that's in this and throwing punches. Really knows boxing and really does this shit. So shout out to Ryan. Sub up to my man.
Yeah, we also trying to get my man Ryan Fraser to come alongside the JBT Network neighborhood, man, so he can bolster the roster, man. Another viable piece to the saga that is Just Boxing Talk, man, because that's what we do. We just talk boxing.
That's it, bro. But you can't talk anything else because boxing fans are fickle. They want what they want when they want it, how they want it, and they don't care about nothing else. Like, I wanted to come on and talk about my boy Josh Allen putting on a clinic last night. Blessed enough for my son and wife to be able to go enjoy that stuff live in person.
Hey,
the crowd there was fierce. It was the loudest crowd. My wife has been going for 18 years straight. And she said,
to the Bills game?
Yeah, I've had season tickets for 18 years straight, but now next year they go into a new stadium and tickets went from affordable to $50K a year. You got to pay $20K just to be able to park there. They're killing it. It's no longer affordable. I do fairly well in life. I wouldn't buy them just off general principle. I can't. You can't tell me it went from $5,000 a year to 50.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It is, man. It's kind of crazy. Boxing doesn't cost nearly as much. We went to the JBT meet and greet in Philadelphia. It cost me right around $1,000 total. Food. Jay had the works there though. It was fire. My man.
Shout out to the family, man.
Like everything he had was bussing. It was so good, bro. Every meal.
I wish I could have been there, man. But shout out to the big.
Let me wrench up Ryan Fraser. My bad, dog.
Big Drop Dre. While you rinsing them out,
Big Drop Dre. Big Drop Dre. I love it. Go ahead.
Go ahead, man. Hey, Big Drop Dre, aka Big Dre, aka the voiceover. If you guys ever need somebody to give you an intro, give you a slogan or any such thing that requires some audio and somebody talking, my man Big Dre is the person to go. He said he's like the Spinners. He'll be around. All you gotta do is hit him up and he'll drop it for you because he's Big Drop Dre. Ask about him.
He did my intro to Angry White Man. When I first sent him the script for it, I'm like, man, ain't no way. Ain't no way you're gonna read that.
I hope he put some.
He busted right back. It was like an hour later. Had the vocals laid down. Pretty dope. Shout out to Dre. Shout out.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
You. No doubt, Ryan. We appreciate anybody looking to push this sport forward. My man's in Toronto too. That's right over. I'm in Buffalo, New York. Toronto's literally, it's right across the lake because we're right.
Stay Norte.
Yeah. Shout out to Canada too, man. Their events and shit, it looked like they're full in there. It looked like people in Quebec love boxing, Toronto, Montreal. It's pretty big in Canada. And that's fire, man. I salute anybody that is pushing this sport forward. Like I said, yo, I gotta get up 1 second. Give me 1 second, Thomas.
No, you good. Well, while you talking about that, Ryan Fraser said it's crazy how the sports market pushes out the fans, especially the diehard fans, man. He ain't lying, man. But everything is about that almighty dollar, and to get more of it, to have it proliferate. That's exactly the model. So they'll do whatever they got to do, and they'll justify it by any means necessary.
Not know what else the Canadians in Toronto and every Canadian loves. See that flower? This is trim gel. Trim.
If you know, you
That's
know.
That's why I be ducking off every 12 weeks.
If you know, you know. Days. You still got that perp? No, I'm just kidding.
Facts, bro. I got strands, bro.
That Barney Ronnie.
Choices. We got choices. Now, the real reason we started becoming botanists in my family is fentanyl, man, is a bad thing, and they're starting to put it on weed. Everything you can get recreationally high off of, they're putting that shit on there to give it intense feel. I don't understand, bro. But I'd be damned if I bought a bag of weed and got sent to the upper room for it.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean?
So my wife took it serious, and now she is Johnny. Oh shit! I wouldn't even know what to call a female green thumb. Johnny Green Thumb. That's what she is.
Well, it's JHONNIE. That's Johnny for the females, right there.
Facts.
Right.
Yeah, it's legal, dog. We're allowed to grow six per person in the house. So anybody thinking they're gonna report me or do anything like that, think again, motherfuckers.
We can't be having them people in the chat. We might got some haters though.
Yo, you in the content creators chat, right?
I ain't been at it, man. You got to be special to get up in there. You got special, dog.
Shit, I don't know why you ain't in there, but it's all good. I'm trying to get Ant. See, Ant ain't going live, is he? Because we're 3 minutes past if he is.
No, I don't know if Ant going live, man.
I ain't seen no post for it. I asked 5 times in the content creators chat. I don't know. I haven't even seen or heard from Ant in a day. At least I hope he's all right. I hope everything's cool. Everything's copacetic. And the Breakdown Shorty, where actually, I think I met you guys before any of this JBT.
Yeah, we've been rocking. Yeah, we've been rocking for a minute now, dog.
Yeah, well, we've been talking shit in chats for years. Since COVID, dog. Since COVID. Yeah. And that's been a little minute.
That's been a cool minute, man. So, hey.
Facts, bro. My son showed me this, like, yo.
As a matter of fact, you and Zenith was my guys.
Y'all make see Zenith in a minute, dog.
Yeah, Zenith be going on hiatus.
Yeah, I don't go in a lot of other chats now. It's only JBT. You'll see me. pop in and pop out. Not that I don't watch anybody else or like knockout boxing. That's my guy.
Yeah, KO, upper echelon,
upper, my guy.
Fanon, and I think
Key and upper. That's my Key, upper, knockout boxing, and that's pretty much it. I chime in BFTB from every now and again, but you know what I mean.
You know they sensitive over there though, boy. I remember
people
one
with
time.
ranches are sensitive. In this place where we're at right now, in the Angry White, you'll never get timed out. I don't care if you're Canelo High Guard. I gave Buddy a wrench. Like, you come here and talk shit. We need opposing opinions. I don't ever want, unless you call me something stupid, and even then you probably might not get timed out. I don't care if you're being disrespectful. Be disrespectful as you want. You're gonna get smoked. You're gonna get ate up for saying anything you said. Nobody timing you out. I'm talking like on air. You come in here trolling, we're gonna highlight your comment and we're gonna get to cooking.
Well, if you start saying some outlandish stuff,
I'm live during his joint right now. He goes live at 12. But
KQ, yeah, KQ. I'm always on KQ. That's my guy right there.
We got a network and we gotta have the time slots filled. So shout out to KQ. I listen to every one of his fight calls. I don't listen to anybody else, like the announcers and shit. TV goes down and I listen to the OG.
Turn them down. Yeah, KQ, my guy.
The most exciting.
But he don't come on Tuesdays though.
Big Supreme.
He don't come on. Big Supreme.
What's the fight card? It's Shushu. I don't know the full thing, man. I'm about to Google this shit.
Yeah, Big Supreme. He another brother that know his stuff, man. He from that anger management crew, that 5 Stick gang, bang bang. Facts. But yeah, man, I wanted to say, there's always Tank talk, there's always Devin talk, there's always Shakur talk, there's always Canelo talk. But we got a fight coming up pretty soon, man, in Beterbiev and Bivol. And that card is lit. You know what I'm saying? We got the rematch coming up from
Michaela Mayer fights this weekend. That's who it was. My bad.
Oh yeah. Michaela Mayer fights old girl Ryan, who her coach.
Sandy Ryan can fight, bro.
She can.
She got robbed from what's her name? The big ticket seller down in Ireland, Katie Taylor.
Yeah, Katie Taylor lost a couple of fights, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. And she lost that last one that she fought to old girl and lost the first time. She lost the rematch, but they gave it to her. And they absolutely
Sandy or Michaela Mayer?
Harper, no. Katie Taylor. Yeah. Katie Taylor lost to Harper, man. Harper beat her the first time, and then the second time they robbed her, dog.
She just got another gift decision against who? Well, they thought it was. I thought she beat the broad. Her last big fight. It was a pretty big fight. I think it was the third one. Katie Taylor was fighting. She everybody said it was a robbery, but I thought Katie won. I thought she.
You thought she won, so you thought she beat the girl that she lost to the first time?
I don't know her name, but
maybe it was 2 fights ago. I thought it was Harper too.
Maybe it was 2 fights ago, but. I'm an advocate for the harder, cleaner shots, the 4 criterias of boxing. People forget what the 4 criterias are when their favorites fighting.
Oh yeah. No. I always hold them bad boys up. I see who checks off more.
Clean, effective punching, defense, ring generalship,
and
effective aggression.
Yeah, effective aggression.
Each one of them is left up for interpretation too, by the way. Like, it's never nothing set in stone with boxing. There's always some sort of debate, interpretation, something to where we can argue over it. And I don't know why it's like that in boxing. I wish there was something that's more like clean cut. But the one that I see people get confused the most is clean, effective aggression. Ring generalship. Them two are the big 2. Like, nobody knows how to judge who the ring general is. The ring general is normally the guy that's commanding center ring. So if you're boxing on the outside moving, if you're not doing great work off the movement, you're not the ring general because you move more. It actually hurts your case to move more. The guy who controls center ring is normally the ring general. It's not the guy moving on the outside, just looking pretty, just moving to be moving.
Yeah.
They get that one confused all the time of what it actually is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt.
And effective aggression, that's left up to anybody's interpretation. Whoever wants to.
So given that, man, the Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano fight, how you think?
Wait a minute, was that the one?
No, that wasn't the one.
I know.
They have a rematch hopefully coming up. But
Amanda in her last fight was.
I think it was something Harper. I think it was Harper.
Yeah.
I think she's from Britain or something like that. But yeah, your boy Ryan said Warley versus Frazier Clark too. That's gonna be a good one. He said that might still show on the Better Be. I don't know. I think that Better Be and Bivol fight gonna be awesome.
Ain't stealing that show, bro. Better Be is a monster.
Yeah,
literally
I think so.
A monster. That guy. You got to show. Listen, I understand why people are picking Bivol. The knee injury, the boxing, the in and out, the European, changing levels type jabbing all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That shit ain't got a chance against no Better Beef, dog. Matter of fact,
I think what people don't. Yeah, go ahead, man.
You go. I'm gonna show you why.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm gonna cue that up, but I think what people don't really understand about Bivol, because he got the wins by knockouts, is that he's a technician, man. And he makes people believe that they're in range to take advantage of him, and actually all he's doing is placing you in range to him for him to take advantage of you. He makes you slightly. Chantel Cameron. That's it, Chantel Cameron.
Yeah, that's the one that I thought I thought Katie Taylor won. Everybody was screaming robbery. Or maybe.
No. I guess it wasn't robbery. She said she do think she won the rematch. Oh no, I thought Chantel Cameron won the rematch too. I don't know if it was robbery, but it was definitely
you hear
a
that?
good fight.
People picking Bivol.
Wait a minute. You hear that?
Yeah,
you
sound like gunshots firing.
It's like, what? That's a guy? There's no sound effects to that? Nobody.
Hey, Big Supreme, I'm on that same tip.
Hitting the gunshot sound. Like, man. That's why Coach Kenny says if you watch somebody hit the bag, you know if they're punching or not.
Hey, but D1, bro, I seen both of them train. Both of them train like warriors, bro.
Oh, yeah. There ain't no doubt. Bivol trains every bit as hard as Better Beef.
Agreed, Big Supreme.
The punching power is not even, you can't, there's not even a debate on that, who's punching harder.
Yeah, and all of boxing, bro. I think pound for pound, well, maybe Tank, but I think Better Be, boy, when he hits you, dog, it's just deconstructive. Tank's similar with that as well, too. It's like, it don't look like it's taking effect, but it's taking a huge effect on you. I mean, you could see it in the fight with oh my God, Frank Martin. You see how active he was, and then as the rounds went on, the activities just started to slow and slow.
Oh, for Tank versus Frank Martin?
Yeah.
You can see, because the shots hurt. You know what I mean? Them body shots, that body work make you stop doing what you was doing. Every single time, dude. That body work will make you get up out your game plan, make you forget what the game plan is. This man is a top level boxer. Like, people just want to give it to Bivol for being the better boxer because he uses his legs more, and this guy's power makes it seem like he's not that good of a boxer. But if you really pay attention and you really know what's going on, and shout out to Fightology for this training footage. Shout out to y'all. Go subscribe to Fightology Boxing. Fightology sounds like a name from AI, don't it? All these AI channels doing these boxing breakdowns and shit. I gotta ask if it's really them or is it the AI. Hope it's really them, because if it's really them, shout out to them for knowing a little something of a little something. I just don't think there's no man came from his mother that's not gonna. Remember when Beterbiev had that cut on his forehead like Tim Tszyu did, bleeding all over the place, still going to get it, literally seeing red. So, got cut, blood all down the front of him, bro. He went immediately to work. And that's another thing. I've watched this guy get up and go whip someone's ass, recover from a shot, and go get them out of here. Yeah, Mark Ramsey knew what he was doing when he grabbed this guy. He trains like, man, he's always using them punch gloves too. It's to train your knuckles of where your punches should be placing and should be landing and how they should be landing. Because you punch with these two knuckles, the pinky two, you're going to break your hand. You punch with these two. I was punching with these two on the bag without no gloves on, and that's what happens. But you got to know which knuckles to turn over a punch with. That's why they say you're turning it over. You got to know which ones to hit with. You'd be breaking your hand. That's why he uses them little gloves, the little tiny bag gloves that you always used to see old school boxers wearing when they're training, like Marvin Hagler and shit. I only see a couple guys doing it. Tank wore them gloves. Regis Prograis does it more than anybody. He's got a fight coming up. You interested in the Regis Prograis Jack Catterall battle? I kind of am.
I'm interested in it. I want to see if, what we saw in the ring versus Devin was just inactivity with Regis, or if it's just like it's time for him to.
Listen, he's not he doesn't do good with pure boxers, and shout out to the Haneys for catching that and saying, yo, we'll go snatch Regis. They say tanked up because Regis said Tank's name one fucking time or two times. This dude, the goalpost and the things that they put up for Tank, it just every time they start saying some dumb shit, it just lets you know how high they actually have Tank and where he ranks in fighters, because you don't put up crazy parameters and moving goalposts for a guy who's not really that good. And that's what they say. Oh, Tank just got power. He ain't. Yeah, all right. Then why are you putting up all these parameters and goalposts jetting out the back door, moving all over the place, changing what champions were or are? Like, it's crazy to me, man. Double standards.
Definitely double standards. No doubt about that.
Big Supreme, no. He will wear Bivol down unless Bivol decides to stand and trade, and that's the worst thing.
Nah, he ain't standing and trading. If he do, then that's just the blood in him.
Yep.
Cause them dudes, they grow up different. They really grow up different. It's a lot different where they come from. Like people say, like we come from areas where it's tough, and it's real tough out there. That's why there's such a force in the ring, man, as a whole. But that being the case, like you said, man, I think Bivol. I mean not Bivol. I think Tank and Beterbiev or Beterbiev or Beterbiev, whatever you say it.
Yeah, whatever. You were right.
Yeah, they share those same similar characteristics with regards to how people view them. They think because they knock people out that they really are not technical and don't have boxing IQ, man. But if you know boxing, you know knockouts aren't just by happenstance.
Remember Canelo was calling Bivol in, like, come to the ropes. He wouldn't, though. That goes to show Bivol's got a high IQ. He knows when to hold them, know when to fold them. He wouldn't go on the ropes with Canelo. But listen, dude, you ever see anybody like Edgar Berlanga taking the press tour? And this is how I started the show. I got to show you this. This is Berlanga feeling himself way too fucking much on his losing victory lap. Yeah, he's on Sway over here, acting a fool, calling Canelo soft.
I'm talking to him, like telling him, like, I was trying to do the rope-a-dope too at one point. I was thinking about Muhammad Ali when he fought George Foreman. You tried to rope-a-dope? I tried to rope-a-dope. I was like in the corner. I was like, yo, I told my coach, I was like, in the corner, I was like, I want to get him tired. You know, like, it was a point that I was, like, when he was hitting me, I was letting him hit me, and I was talking crap to him. Like, I was like, you don't hit hard. Hit me harder. You're not doing nothing. You soft. Hit me again. Like, I'm telling him this in the ring.
Saying that to Canelo, bro?
Yeah.
Were you lying, though? Did he hit hard?
Nah, he hit hard, but you know what? I tell my team, like, I don't know. And when I'm in that ring, bro, I feel like...
What? Man, we can't. But boxing needs another 168. How old's Berlanga? 27, 28? We need as many. I'm mad about the participation trophy victory lap, but at the same time, there's something telling me we need that. We need these guys. We need as much guys to lead. Cunningham, shout out to you, champ. Thanks for stopping through.
So what he's doing is actually living out the press conference and or not the press conference, but the press conference, the post-fight conference.
Yeah, that's it. He's just on an extended post-fight press conference.
Well, what I'm saying though, he living out what people said, Charlo did after the fight and in the post-fight conference. Man, he's actually putting it to like he's taking his words and what he actually did in that fight, and he's living it out. He's celebrating the fact that I ain't get knocked out, that I was up in there with the ring, and he did something now. He didn't win a single round. Not one round did he win.
Not a one of them.
And D1, he wasn't even close to winning a round, bro. Charlo actually got a round or two. You know what I'm saying?
Charlo hit him with some big shots, bro. I was shocked at, well, then again, I wasn't. Canelo ain't got no neck. That's all he does is the chin joints, got a towel in his mouth. Fucking getting at it, bro. And something about being Mexican, I don't know, dude. They can take punches, bro. I don't know if it's their style, if it's the way I don't know, man, but they can just eat shots. It's crazy to me. It's like must be ingrained in their DNA to be able to take a punch, bro. Because don't nobody support like Mexican fans support their guy. I was shocked to find out how much that fight was successful, how successful the fight really was. You know what I mean? Like, damn, bro, Canelo's still the man, or was it the Puerto Rican people getting behind Edgar? And as much as I don't like it, like I said before, as much as I don't like it, it's a necessity for us to have more stars. Maybe Berlanga can jumpstart the 168. You know what I mean? Get these guys to fight some more, and a new star is born. Time to take whatever little bit of momentum you got off of this loss and try to make it work. So Berlanga should be back in the ring under the lights as soon as possible.
Yeah, that's what instead of running his mouth, he should be scheduling a fight and getting in there, right? You need to take advantage of this moment because after that fight, people saying he's the second best in the division, man. That's wild. That's absolutely wild.
That is bizarre. You're absolutely right, bro.
That's the power of Canelo. Like what you see, I don't know what the numbers are, but I'm pretty sure they're over 500,000 pay-per-view. Like that's Berlanga, and he's pulling that, man. You got him pulling out people that don't get outside much and getting in the crowd amongst people. That's the power of Canelo, man. People hate on him, but the dude still is.
They do.
By all intents and purposes, the people that most people identify when it comes to boxing. And I will never hate on that.
Me neither, man. He's the man. Like, I heard that the MGM Grand guaranteed his gate, which that was cap. I mean, I don't know if it was done unintentionally. Just people heard Dana White say, we're competing against Canelo, and the MGM Grand guaranteed this gate. Whatever. It wasn't guaranteed. It ended up being like 17 million or 18 million, something like that. They're trying to say Tank ain't no face of boxing. It's all Canelo. In which, if we're being real about numbers and money's brought in, yeah, you're bright, dog. You better off just turning the camera off, Thomas. I think he froze. Damn, dog. I'm gonna remove you from the stage. That joint's bright. So pop back in, Thomas. Yeah. Oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah. That joint, you had the sun directly on. People like, oh shit. But shit, I lost my train of thought. But if we're being real about money, like the face of boxing has always been monies. How much monies have you brought in to said fight? That's how it's always been determined. And if we're going off of that, it's Anthony Joshua. He's made the most on the Forbes list out of any boxer the past couple of years in a row. I think it was like 80 million to AJ, 60 million to Canelo. Tank didn't even make that shit, which I don't know if they only go off guaranteed purses for the year, because AJ just fought like 3 or 4 times in the year. Big fights, bigger fights, and got guaranteed huge purses. Tank's not as big on the guaranteed purse. He bets on himself in the back end. Like, even for the Ryan fight, I think he only got 5 million. Ryan got 2 something, and then they went 50-50 on the back end. The Frank Martin fight, 5 million guaranteed. I think Frank got like 800, but he ended up making like 8 million. That's crazy. And Frank out here living his best life. KB, sup, champ?
Well, that's the one thing that I will say. I will say that with regards to making money, Canelo is still the man at an event. He's still the biggest draw. And rightfully so. You talking about somebody that, no, you good. You talking about somebody that's at a weight that's always been one of the major weights to watch. Lightweight usually not that weight that people tune into and pay big money for, because you don't usually see a lot of explosion in the lightweight division. Tank just so happened to be the anomaly. But that being said, the people who get paid the most is off of Tank fights, because Canelo's taking the lion's share. He's commanding most of the bread when they fight, because people are coming to see him, and you know that's true. Tank is just a little ways off. I think the fights over Devin, Shakur, and Tio will put him in a different stratosphere.
It would, but we got to get those fights first. We can't just, you know what I mean?
They would be the fights, because you look at the catalogs, you know, and you look at the catalogs of all his contemporaries, they're alike. I don't care what anybody say, they're alike. In fact, I still hold that Tank's catalog is better on average than his contemporaries. However, Canelo, his catalog is ridiculous.
Yes, he's fought everybody who's in 66 fights.
Yeah,
that's that Mexican warrior shit. That's that Mexican I'll fight anybody shit. People give him a lot of shit, you know what I mean? The Triple G trilogy.
Well, I thought Triple G won both fights, man. I'm not gonna lie. The second one could have been a draw. That third fight, that shouldn't even been made. You knew Canelo was gonna watch him.
Yeah. Triple G career middleweight. Nobody ever gave Triple G shit for making everybody come to him. They actually encouraged it. But it's just something, like J.A. Dixon says here, the problem with the modern boxing fan is that they don't have one standard to judge all fighters.
Facts.
They are on several. And that's just a fact, bro. And it lets you know who's the man and who's not the man just by the different ways they judge. One fight, they like the pure boxing. The next fight, oh, he lost and put, like, it's just, it is crazy, man. We need a set standard, like a go-to guide of if the fighter hits these 10 checklist items, he's the man. You know, just a central judging record. Maybe you'd say record. I don't know. Once he commits to a punch sequence, he can't change it or change the protection or the plan on his shots. Canelo, that's what makes him predictable. He sells what he delivers. Berlanga can't sell one thing and deliver another. Oh, you're right, bro. That's like the same thing. He was talking crazy. I'm gonna knock him out in 6. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Ryan, what's happening? Okay, we got a couple guests.
What's going on?
Yeah, you got to log in. Big Supreme is saying require all guests.
Smart guy right there.
What's going on, Thomas Hill?
What's good with you?
Not much, man. Just enjoying this boxing, you know. It's a good year
Yeah,
for us.
I don't. Yeah, you got it. My bad, boys. My bad. Big Supreme, you on, dog? It's just an A for your avatar there.
Yo,
What's up? What's happening, dog? What's up, Ryan?
what's up,
Appreciate you
Brody?
stopping through. Shit, chilling.
I'm on break right now, so I just wanted to drop a few things because I seen Jay Dixon comment.
Let's see. Let's hear it.
He's absolutely right. When you look at, for example, right, these fighters take 20-hour flights to go get knocked out by anyway. There's no problems. They don't have issues with the hand wraps. They don't have issue with being in a foreign environment. They know they're going to get the bag. Same thing with Canelo. When it's time to fight Canelo, there's no concessions, there's no negotiations. It's his way or the highway. When it's suspense, it got to be a coin flip. It got to be this. It got to be rock, paper, scissors. With Tank, it got to be over the weight. It's always something. Even when you look at Devin Haney, he went to Australia twice. He signed over to Golden Boy to deal with the Ryan fight. So I'm trying to figure out what's the problem with signing over to PBC to get the fight that you want. There's always some kind of excuse. Oh, well, how you know I'm going to get Tank first? How you know that I'm going to do this? It's like, that's never the talking point when it's time to fight anyway. Nobody says, well, I got to sign to Mr. Honda to fight anyway. No, you just make the fight. Nobody says I got to sign to Canelo Promotions to get the fight. You just make the fight. When it's Tank, it's always some kind of weird thing with him. For example, right? When Ryo beat up Colbert, the first thing he says, Tank, I want that fight. He still was at 135. He gets the opportunity, gets to fight Pitbull, takes the belt. Now, all of a sudden, Tank got to move up to 140 or there's no fight. Same thing with we seen with Devin Haney, 140 or no fight. Now you get knocked out by Ryan. Now you're talking about catch weights. You're talking about rehydration causes, 142, 143. There's always some kind of weird stipulation when it's time to make a Tank fight. The only person I could say that didn't really give him too much trouble, even though Ryan did ask for the catch weight, was Pitbull. They said, look, because Pitbull's a natural 130-pounder. He moved up, got the Tank fight, had a good showing, and that's what we know Pitbull for. Same thing with Rolly. He said, look, I think I could knock out Tank, and he tried to go in the ring and try to do it. So my thing is, these fighters, I don't know why people can't just be honest. These don't really want to fight Tank. They don't want to end up like Frank Martin. They don't want to end up like Hector Garcia going blind in the corner and got to retire. And that's really what it's about. They see Anthony Joshua memes. They see the Haney memes. They see people clowning Ashton Silva when he got knocked out. They don't want to go through that. And I wish the fighters would be more honest about that and say, look, I'm not going to go over there to PBC to get knocked out by Tank. And I'm going to keep my belt and make my standard defenses against a Claggett or against a Cambosis or something like that. Or even like Kid Austin, like he's talking about, he's calling out Tank. His last fight was a no contest because he keep lunging in and the dude got a head clash or whatever. So they called the fight. But that's what I had to really say, bro. I'm just going to jump back on
that was straight facts, Supreme. Appreciate you.
Good stuff, baby boy.
Straight facts, bro. He was kicking facts.
Appreciate you,
like
man.
Boo Boo. My boy Ryan do look like Boo Boo. Jackie says you look like Boo Boo Andre.
It's me again.
It's me again, bro. You do. You look like a younger, vibrant,
vibrant thing.
Yeah. My only problem with that Tank thing is like they don't offer those guys, so we don't know if that's true, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? He ain't got no date right now. He ain't got no opponent right now. They should be offering everybody. You know what I'm saying?
He's got a date and he's offered quite a bit. It's just there's no reason to tell you guys if something's not
so
gonna
like,
go.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, bro. But at the same time, you look at the Canelo's fights. His 2 fights have been with DAZN, like partnership with DAZN this year. So it's not a fact of going. Yeah, it's not a fact of if every day want to go to PBC. I don't think that's the truth. I just think they got to make the right offer. Unfortunately, like you said, I don't know what a Tank deal entails. I've never seen a Tank contract, so obviously there's something there that people don't like that they like in a Canelo contract or vice versa, right? So we gotta wait and see, bro. I know it's
Yeah.
frustrating, but I think he'll fight the fights we want to see. I think we will see him in the fights we want to see him in.
Me too. I think
I'm not absolutely sure about that because like the people who have fought that were not in the same promotional branch, we only really got a small sample size with Tank, but they seem to be doing well with the money that they made. And I think more importantly, I think we are in a time where fans don't have the respect for boxing that they used to back in the days. You would celebrate a champion or a fighter getting in the ring and giving his all and falling short, whether it be by TKO, KO, or decision. But nowadays, like you said, if something happens, you getting put on memes and sent through the Uberverse. And I think that weighs heavily. And the fact that we got this mentality that you're trash after a loss, like you're done. Like AJ's done after this last fight because he got beat. So I think that weighs in more so heavily than anything because these people know, like, and that's one thing that I said. Tank always say was real. He don't never really say things that ain't real. He said, I've been in the ring with all these guys and they done felt me, and they have felt him, and that's why they know when I get up in there, hey, it's not gonna be pretty pleasant. It's a chance I could actually get sparked out. And if I'm getting sparked out, man, I want to make sure that I'm set for life because nowadays fans don't respect people for getting sparked.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big part of it as well too. I think it's a culmination of things. Myself.
And I look at Dubois, man. Dubois, like people aren't looking at Dubois enough. He came off 2 losses where we thought he quit. A lot of people thought he was a quitter, man. And he fought Herkovich, who supposedly put him in the hospital in sparring. And he beat the brakes off him. So Dubois is showing that losses don't matter, bro. You can come back from losses, 2 losses, and still be that dog.
That's facts, bro. And I think, listen, the reason a lot of these guys that boxing fans say got to come over to L is because they don't bring enough to the table for a cross promotion fight.
Yeah, that's true.
Promotion fights have to be big, man. In order for it to even be worth the promoter that's on the other side to offer up their guy to another promotional company, they have to have a bag involved. Because let's make no mistake, the promoters that spend money on these guys, promote them, they're not willing to just say, okay, here you go, knock my guy out, unless there's something in it for them. This shit is all about the money. It ain't never been about nothing else. Even when you were talking about belts, the belts are about the money too. That's why they exist. That's why they're here. It's all to make money. So the shit's got to make sense for all parties involved. That's why I think a lot of these cross promotional fights that we're all craving for, we all want, they don't get made yet because they're not big enough. These guys know what they're doing. Leonard Ellerbe, the whipping post for Tank Davis, he knows. I mean, that's why you don't see him too much in the media, just only around fight times. Because it's always just us as boxing fans, we want first, seconds, and thirds. We want to know what they're doing after that. We want to know before they actually do that, what they're doing next. We just got to be patient, like you said, Ryan. We just got to be patient and allow the chips to fall where they may. You know what I'm saying?
I guess the only thing I'm worried about is if those guys move up to 47, man, like Dev and T.O. and Shakur moves up to 40. Like, I know he's a small 35-pounder, but you just got to look at it also. Tank might get iced out in the sense of the opponents keep moving. You know what I mean? They keep moving up.
Now that's a problem. That's a real problem.
And now you got Turki Al-Sheikh doing these pay-per-views for $20. That's another issue too, bro. People gonna look at it like, yo, Tank, you better fight somebody if I'm paying $80, bro. Like,
you're right, but listen, them $20 pay-per-views, they're normally be free under Bob Arum. Bob Arum ain't never asked you for no money to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's bringing these fights over to Saudi, and then you're asking for $15, $20 more. And by the way, I was tweeting at the Zone. I had to delete the app. I ordered the pay-per-view. Shit won't play on my app. I deleted the app, go through their steps, activate another account, order the pay-per-view again. It still won't play. My wife had to do this shit on the TV. It took forever just to get that shit to play. I'm mad as hell at the Zone. And, I talk a lot of shit, but one thing, the reason that I'm allowed to talk shit about boxing is because I buy every pay-per-view. I post my receipts. Check my Twitter page. There ain't never a time where you can say a pay-per-view went off and my receipts ain't posted.
You're right.
I support the sport. I care about the sport. I want to spend my hard-earned dollars on this sport, just as long as you ain't blowing smoke up my ass. Like the $20, it's a deal. It's cool. You know what I mean? Pay the $20, but the Better Be Bivol fight, Bob would never charge us for that. They never even wanted to make the fight because he says it's not big enough. Like, because they want to get paid. Like I was just saying, that the cross promote, like the promoters are in this shit for one reason, and it's not to build champions. It's that almighty bottom line. They gotta have profit margin. This shit's gotta make sense. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy. It's very expensive to be a boxing fan too. Oh shit.
It's very.
Yo, I got WB Boog Williams on Twitter. That's my boy L-Dub. One of the best boxing insiders there is. I ain't never seen this man state no cap ever in life. He just he tells you the facts. Pay attention to the rankings. He says Robert Guerrero enters the new WBA 147 rankings at number 7 out of nowhere.
Wow.
Right? Out of the blue. I think we found Rolly Romero's next opponent.
Rolly? Rolly's going to move up to 47?
Yeah, well, we'll see. He looked like he lost muscle mass. He didn't look as strong in the ring as he once did, but who knows? That could have been just getting comfortable. And then L-Dub says, even he retweets it. I think that's what you call it. He quotes the Robert Guerrero at number 7 tweet, and then he says, even though the WBA ordered Stanionis versus Gayasov, I still see Stanionis fighting Guerrero next. Instead, my theory is simple. You don't give a 41-year-old guy that high ranking out of the blue to campaign in a division. He's got it somewhere for something big. Boxing fans got to pay attention to rankings if you want to know what these guys are going to do. They don't never just do random ass shit. Like him entering the rankings at number 7 means he's going to fight an eliminator or fight for that title. The mandation of a mandatory defense has to come from a top 10. They got to be in the top 10 for it to be okay for Stanionis to fight Robert Guerrero. He's got to be in the top 10 for them to count it as a mandatory. Boxing is crazy. So just pay attention to the rankings and you'll be able to tell what these guys are going to do. And I think Stanionis is probably going to make an appearance on Tank's next card. If I'm educating, having a hypothesis, an educated guess at this. Stanionis probably on the Tank card. Benavidez got rumblings of December 14th fighting. I think him and Tank, with the success from the last card, I think they join up and do it again because Turkey's putting together all these big cards with the other promotional, even PBC's lending them some fighters. So boxing's in a good place. I think PBC wants to be known as the top dog no matter who's doing this shit. We're putting on the biggest events, and that's why you got to pay $80 to watch a pay-per-view because you get 4 headliners, 4 guys that have already put on their own shows. Headlines, sold tickets. They're putting them all together to try to give you some bang for your buck. So it's heating up. It's looking good. I can't wait for this Tank announcement because then we'll know when 7 more guys got to fight. PBC is putting together cards, man. They've been doing a great job lately.
I'll say the one thing that I think PBC could do much better at is free fights. They got to find a way where they can get their free fights broadcasted.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem, man. They don't have a young stable right now. They don't have like young guys that they can showcase. That's the issue with PBC. They need to find some young talent.
They need to get a platform and a network. I mean, I know they got PBC on Amazon Prime. I heard some rumblings about a terrestrial TV deal. Maybe now that Al's back, we'll get something more set in stone. I don't know if it's because Showtime pulled the plug so abruptly on all sports. People think that that's all because of boxing. It's not. It was Showtime Sports was going out of business regardless. They were pulling the plug on everything regardless because 2023 was the best boxing year we've ever had, if you ask me. The Tank, the Ryan fight, all the pay-per-views they did that year, they were cooking with grease. And then they come out to this year of a wah type shit. No fights announced. We've only had 5 cards from them. There's no structure. There's no, okay, well, at least we got a card here. We're guessing and grasping straws at what they're going to do next. They look like a business going out of business, if you ask me. But I think that's because Showtime pulled the plug. They got the whole Showtime team over there. And they say they got it figured out, but we'll see, man. Time tells.
No, you know, also too, man, we gotta take in consideration that I think he lost his mom. Al Heyman lost his mom while he was tending to her while she was in her final stages, man. So he really wasn't like very active with the company, man. You know, notice that when she had passed away, then he threw the big concert, the music concert and stuff like that. So I think now he's freed up. I think they'll close with a bang, but they understand that, you know, that they're behind the curve right now as far as this year goes. And that's why the year started off with such a great bang, man. I mean, for a while, it was like, man, this might eclipse 23. And then, you know, it tapered off towards the end because PBC wasn't a force like they normally would be. It was being carried and I got to give respect to DAZN early and pretty much ESPN for throughout the duration of the year for carrying the sport. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to like freaking Queensberry. And they held it down, man, while he was tending to his mom. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were, go ahead, my bad.
No, you're good. You're good, man.
Each other. The Queensberry versus Matchroom, I would love to get Top Rank versus PBC. Top Rank or somebody versus PBC. Shit. Mm-hmm. PBC take Queensberry and put on one if that's how Turkey wants to get involved with the PBC, because other than them lending fighters like they did with Ryo and Pitbull, I'm sure he probably had to pay a pretty penny just to get that fight. You know what I mean? All the extravagant concerts and shit like that, you can save that money, Turkey. Stop doing that. Boxing fans don't give a shit about no goddamn concert, bro.
Nah, man, but if you going, you care. If you buying tickets, you care.
But you gotta cater more towards the TV and the money of it, rather than putting on that big extra. Put another fight on the card.
Well, he does do the fight before the fight, like he does.
He does
before, like on the Friday or whatever. He'll do a light show with, you know, contenders and guys just coming up, which is cool. But he said money's not an issue, and so I don't even look at it like, bro, like spend what you want to spend, do what you want to do, prop up the sport. I get all that, but it applies pressure to everybody else, right? Like Eddie Hearn got to work a little harder now. Al's gonna have to work a little harder. Everybody got to work a little harder. But I mean, if one dude is propping up the sport, you just gotta love it while it's here. It won't be here forever.
And Jay Dixon spitting facts here. It shouldn't. That's why I think Louis DeCubis is out there. But it sure seemed like it when Al was gone. It seemed like there wasn't shit going on. Then we got him coming back. Everybody got excited about that real quick. Mm-hmm. And then I ain't heard nothing more about it. Everybody's clamoring for a Tank announcement. What's next for Tank? We don't even know if he's got a fight date yet. I mean, guys in the know, but we don't know who the opponent is. We got a possible in Lamont Roach, and everybody's up in arms about the Lamont Roach. I'm not mad about that fight. I prefer Tank go down there and get the strap. But definitely. He can't go down there and get the strap, because then it looks like he conceded something to it. You know what I'm saying? To hardcore boxing fans, everybody wants Tank to go down here, go up here, do whatever everybody else says besides what he says and he wants to do. And that's because he's the top dog. So I don't think he can go down there and get his strap. I think that would be it would look like a weak business move. But for me, I want him to get them straps, get the trinkets that everybody values so much. Just because when it's all said and done, that's what they count. Now, see how many tickets you sell. I'm sure Tank will never be forgotten. He'll be one of the most popular guys as long as he's here and as long as, you know, the sport's going. because let's not beat around the bush. This shit's dying. We're in 14th. They want to watch swimming in the United States more than they want to watch boxing. It's fucking
I don't know,
bizarre.
man. It's but like we just saw 90,000 fans, bro. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? The sport's global. The sport is
It
global.
is.
So like, yeah, it may not be obviously America. You have the big four. You got NFL, you got NBA, you got baseball, and hockey. Like there's a lot more competition, I think, over here, sports wise, right? Than in Europe. But at the same time, I think it's fine, man. I think it's in a good place. I just think it's in a weird place because like inflation's huge, man. And boxing fans, you said it's expensive. So inflation's
Very
big right
expensive.
now. Everybody's not just paying money just to go to the fights or even watch the fights. So I think they got to figure out another way to get the fans, you know, involved. Whether that's going on YouTube, like I think YouTube Pro Box is a huge thing right now with that.
Love it.
I love Pro
Love
Box.
Pro Box.
I think they need to figure that out, figure that Pro Box model out, so that they can get some of their fighters on there to get some more exposure, just to the regular fans.
Yeah. Free exposure. It's
Yep.
100% free. You can go on YouTube, click every Wednesday night. I mean, well, not every Wednesday night, but they're having quite a bit of cards, man, and their contestants are getting bigger named. Like Lamont Roach just fought on. He defended his belt on Pro Box, and Pro Box model is 50-50. They ain't there to promote one single guy. They got guys that keep coming back and keep coming back. They keep winning. They keep proving their worth to Pro Box, and they're fighting. They want guys that actually fight. If you're a mover and you're it'd be hard for them to pick you.
Yeah,
because they want fights. They know what this shit's built upon. It's the show. You gotta make the show. You gotta make it worth watching, and their worth watching is free. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Us as boxing fans are growing their platform tremendously. They're getting so much. Their numbers are going up every week. They're getting so much momentum, man. And I love to see that kind of shit. And it's right in Florida. The Pro Box arena, it's in the same place. Every time they can have it there, if the crowd's not too big, they'll go other places, but it's normally right there in Tampa. And I got to get down to Pro Box and get to a show. I've just been pretty busy, so I'll make time for it. I get down there. I love Pro Box, man.
Yeah, man, it's awesome.
It is.
Colbert's fighting there.
Colbert's on there.
Yeah, Jarrett Hurd just fought on there.
Yeah, Jarrett Hurd that fight to me, I was kind of mad that he ain't like. All right, you know it's your last shot. Rosario too, gassed out. It's your last shot. Jarrett Hurd's on the ropes, blocking punches, not working back.
Yeah.
Like, damn, man. Leave no doubt. Jarrett Hurd was a monster at 154.
Yeah, he was, man. He was.
It's super middleweight fighting at 54. Then you go to the well one too many times and it's over. You end up beat up.
He got lucky with that draw, man. I thought he lost that fight, to be honest.
Me too. I thought he lost, bro. And I had money on Hurd. Normally, I'll forget the facts and I'll just worry about my money. I had money. I wasn't even mad I lost. I was like, man, he ain't deserve that shit.
Yeah.
Okay. You get what you get, what you get, man. I get what I get for betting on this dude. But Rosario been knocked out mad times. Hurd didn't even think about going to the body. Like, I couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe that. Just headshots, jab to the head, and then a two behind it, or a hook every now and then behind. Man, go to that body, bro. But Rosario punching, so we had so much. It's so easy to say from my podcast couch here. You know what I mean? So easy to critique these guys.
Jay
talk
Dixon,
shit.
man, you got a good question there. Like I've been.
Do you guys think it would be smart for a guy like Floyd or Oscar to try to build a boxing arena in Vegas? Yes.
Yeah. I don't know why more people don't do the Pro Box thing, like build their own spot.
OTX got one.
OTX
got it in Atlanta.
Yep.
That's where Elijah Pierce, he's like their little darling, I think.
Yep. It seemed like Floyd's working with DAZN more though. I'm surprised he's not working with Al as much. Like I thought he would be with the
Me too, man. Me
but
too.
it's weird, man. It's really weird seeing that play out.
It is.
There was a point in time where Floyd was laughing at Canelo for fighting on the app, and now he's the one fighting on the app.
That's how you know they gain traction, bro.
Yeah,
that's how you know they
But
They're
yeah,
going for theirs.
I think Floyd should do that. Should make a spot definitely in Vegas. He's a big name in Vegas, and you got Cromell Moulton, who's gonna be your next star. Just build him up in that little spot, man, until you can get him in some of these casinos,
Yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah. I like Carmel. I think he's the goods. But everybody was going crazy over him knocking out the janitor to the place. I was like, man,
Nah,
he's
still
supposed
young.
to do that. He
Yeah,
got
exactly.
breeze through these guys. He should have had 2 more fights since then already. But
Yeah.
you're working with Floyd in boxing. Boxing moves slow, man. That's why I ain't mad at the guys that choose Eddie, that go over to Eddie, because at least I know I'm gonna see him fight. Yeah, I engage in the rhetoric and talk shit. But one thing Eddie gonna do, Eddie gonna have you out.
Yeah.
You're gonna stay sharp. So, to me, if you want to stay active, you sign with Eddie. If you don't, and you're good with 1 fight a year, PBC is probably the biggest platform you can go get onto, and probably your most monies if you're only fighting 1-2 times a year. Like for me, I think the reason Tank got to where he is no question the knockouts, but the activity. He was getting out so much until the pay-per-views, and then it was like 1, 2, 3 times a year. I need these guys. You need to see these guys for them to stay relevant, stay in the forefront of the sport, to stay relevant in the sport. They got to get out, man.
Yeah, man.
Social media, microwave society.
Yeah.
If you're not out on YouTube talking shit because your fighting skills in the gym, that's great. You got to be in front of people talking shit, giving them something to remember, something them to come back and see. If you're just going to go out there and box, you got to be talking shit like Shakur. We all get on Shakur's helmet because of the type of shit he talks. He says one thing and it's never that. We don't get to see the sparring in the gym. We don't see how you outclass people and big name fighters in the gym because it's sparring. We don't see that.
Yeah.
So how you're dismantling guys in sparring, I need to see it translate to under the lights. I need to see you stop somebody. I need to see you killer core, you know? So it's like a catch-22. If you get out here, talk shit and try to make fans remember you as that, and you don't actually do what you say, they get on you about that. So it's like a happy medium. Get out here, make people remember you as long as you got thick skin, because Twitter's a motherfucking way.
Yeah,
you
it's
get
true,
on that
man.
app, dude. It's crazy.
It's true.
And Twitter runs it all. If you really pay attention to the guys that are actually boxing pundits or boxing journalists that actually care about their name and what they say, like Michael Benson, Dan the Boxing Man, couple good pages on Twitter that actually tweet the news, then it goes to Boxing Scene, then it's on YouTube. It's like a vicious cycle. You got to stay up on Twitter, know which pages to follow to get the proper news, because as I watch it and I see it, we got a little formula. X, I keep calling it Twitter. It'll always be Twitter.
I know what you mean, though. It'll always be Twitter.
X Boxing Scene YouTube. X Boxing Scene YouTube. And if you're sharp and you're following all the right accounts, you'll really know what the fuck the news is before the black and white Boxing Scene puts it there, because Boxing Scene is still the only place that actually puts it in black and white that you can still believe. Twitter, like I said, you gotta be following the right pages to get the right news, to get the shit that's actually going to be a story.
On Twitter for sure.
A lot of
everybody's just trying to break the news first, and sometimes it's not very good.
Yeah. Bug says, I'm starting to have doubts about Shakur, all these ongoing hand problems. And he was never a hitter like that in the first place. And this, I lost the thought about this. You said something about Floyd in Vegas. People don't really know the real reason why Floyd, other than it being the fight capital of the world, he fought in Vegas because of his brittle hands. It's the only place you can get hand injections and certain hand therapies before the fight, and you can illegally wrap your hand. Like the way you can wrap your hands in New York isn't the way you can wrap your hands in Vegas. Vegas actually allows you to tape on skin, then gauze. It's creating a cast, and you're smashing after that. So I think Shakur is going to have to adopt that. He's going to have to fight in Vegas rather than New Jersey. And we've seen Shakur, people could say what they want. It was during F1 week. Bob tries to grab the people are when they're in Vegas for F1, they're not in Vegas for fights. I don't understand why they chase that crowd. None of them are fight. They're probably all fucking UFC fans, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Yeah. You can take IVs in Vegas too, right? The week of the fight, man. The fight week when the actual cutting goes on, you're not allowed to take IVs anywhere. I could be wrong though. Mm-hmm. Like everybody made a big deal about Ryan on camera with the IV, and you're allowed to have IVs. You're in a sport where you're constantly getting dehydrated and hydrated and dehydrated. IVs are legal then.
Or he could do it the Marquez way, yo. Drink his pee.
That shit's crazy.
That was crazy.
That drink their pee want to die.
Yeah, that was
like,
crazy.
Despite this shit, bro. Yeah, Marquez Mama is one of my guys, man. Like,
yo,
the Mexican Warriors, bro.
Yep, he's one of them. Sure.
Facts.
Yeah,
he's one of the guys, man. Shit. We've been on here I've been on here for an hour and 53 minutes, and that shit, it feels like about 15 minutes. We'll keep building for a while. What do y'all want to touch on here? You got anything special you want to talk about, Ryan?
We got some fights this weekend. Bruce Carrington.
Bro. You know the fights, because I didn't even look at it yet.
I'm really looking at Xander and Vito Mecchi. I want to see how they both look, because I think that Top Rank's building that fight between those two probably next, actually.
You think next?
They've been jawing back and forth a lot, and Bob sometimes.
Pay attention that much. I should.
I think Xander, he needs a fight like that with somebody who's young to prove, because 54 is deep, man. 54 is not that division to play with, so Xander got to make sure he's ready, man.
I like Vito. I like Xander too, but I don't see what everybody else sees in Xander, like the next Puerto Rican great. I think he's a good fighter. Mm-hmm. Like you just said, though, he needs that next test, a bigger test, and Vito and Xander is a great fight. I don't even know who I'd pick in that one. I'd have to watch a little bit more film and shit on that, but
right,
it's a good fight. Michaela Mayer fights who? Who did she fight?
Sandy Ryan.
Sandy Ryan, that's a good one. Yeah, we touched on that a little bit. Who's Vito fighting? Just some whoever.
Yeah, I think both of them are just kind of like in showcase fights. And I think the guy actually, Sanders fighting, just came off a big win on Pro Box against Marcus Valle. So I guess he's coming off a pretty good win.
How long ago? I know they got two Valle brothers.
That might have been, the bigger one. That might have been in like April. Cause that was that was earlier in the year for sure.
So Valle kids, the Pro Box guys get behind it. They're fighting on all their cards.
Mm-hmm.
They're good. They're okay. They're good fighters, but his brother took a loss. And I see the smaller guy. I don't know which one's younger or older. The smaller one, he takes a lot of hits too. But it's boxing. Does. When you want to give a show, you're going to be in the pocket and you're going to take shots. It just is what it is. If you want to fight mid-range to outside, you probably ain't even getting on Pro Box. They ain't taking
That's
that.
true. That's true.
OverJ. Who the hell is OverJ? Supreme, who's OverJ? I'm about to find out. Let me see. I gotta touch
Spence Fandora undercard, eh?
Listen, I thought Spence has got another eye injury. A birdie told me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't even look like he's in the gym. So like fighting for December against Fandora, that's crazy, man.
Shit, Crawford. They did order them to I forgot that they even ordered Spence and Fandora. But I think the WBO is whatever Bud orders, whatever Bob orders. Like they love them some Bud Crawford, boy. They'll give that man the benefit of the doubt. Paco even got on there talking about Virgil Ortiz's 2 offers sent 2 times. We tried to make him fight Bud, duck both times.
Yeah, he did. I think he publicly said like something like, he didn't want the fight at that time.
Yeah. Well, down the line thing. So
but like even so, like now he's in position and he's still like not really on Crawford's neck. You know what I'm saying? Right now he should be calling for Crawford. Crawford's got no dance partner. Virgil's got no dance partner, so he should be saying, "Yo, Turk, make that fight, man." But
yeah, but
he's
that
talking about
fight,
fighting Spence. That's what Virgil wants. He wants Spence.
yeah, of course he wants Spence now. Now
Yeah,
after you've
yeah,
seen Bud
exactly.
dismantle, but I think Virgil is he took a that was a great fight. I thought Virgil won against what the hell was his name? I forget.
Sergey
Boychuk. Yeah.
Boychuk.
I thought Virgil won. He definitely got knocked down twice, but that to me that was the only two parts of the fight that Boychuk he brings it. Very slow reaction time.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Virgil was piecing him up with the harder shots, and now everybody says Virgil's power didn't carry. I think that dude Boychuk can take a shot. I watched him get knocked out brutally too.
Yeah. Didn't Brandon Adams drop or Conwell? One of those guys beat him. I'm pretty
out
sure.
cold.
Yeah,
I think it was Adams. He knocked him out cold. It was a beautiful punch. It was dead on the button. Oh shit, my thing's about to die. Let me get this. Hell yeah, got Johnny on the spot right here, man. You ain't dying.
Yeah, man.
You ain't dying. I got the charger cord right here, dog.
No, I hate when people do that when guys don't get knockouts and then it's their power didn't carry. It's like, man, it's hard to get knockouts. It's not easy.
Or they lost.
Yeah.
Because they didn't knock somebody out. Like Matias Parro. I thought Matias earned at least a draw in that fight. I know he conceded at the end and gave him a round of applause, but I think people don't see him stop somebody. It's completely new to them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So like even Tank and Pitbull, you can't show me any more than 4 rounds Pitbull. And if you're being super generous to Pitbull that he won in that fight.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's just because Tank didn't relieve him of his consciousness. So Tank loses.
Yeah. That's
people wonder why, Calvin is misspeaking. We can't do what we do against your court. And now they're using that shit like law. Like, come on, man. I don't believe anything Coach Calvin says when it comes to Tank opponents other than a couple little things. He don't know the business side, and maybe he gets the 3 names and they choose. But
right.
I wait for Tank because the rest of this shit, it's all content creators need content.
And that's what it is. Yeah, it's just talking.
You know what I mean? And he's the biggest dog. He's the biggest guy. So they all gotta make content. Come up with some content about it. Make it seem like they know everything and who's first. Tell you what, I'm pretty mad about Lomachenko. You could have never told me Lomachenko would say no to a fight at any time.
Yeah.
I thought he takes on all comers, bro. I thought it was really one way with him. But I guess when you're not motivated to fight, how can you fight, especially a fight like that? But my whole thing is don't hold up boxing, man. If the whole objective of boxing is to get a title and unify the division.
Right.
That's
totally
what
agree.
it is. That's the objective of the sport. Fight until you're a champion, get that belt, and then unify.
Yeah.
So if you're not going to take a unification with Tank Davis, which will be your largest, I got to put this down, which will be your largest ever payday, then give up the belt.
Yeah. And then unless, like, this is what I was saying, like, I'm worried for Tank because now Turkey Al-Sheikh is involved, man. And he's got Shakur Stevenson over there. So maybe the bag is better over there for Loma. Like, the risk is lower. You might get some back end money.
And that's when you're really
going to get paid some Saudi money. So they might be looking at it like, and he's got Top Rank signed over there on some partnership deal. They might be looking at it like, why are we going to fight Tank and get knocked out when we can go make almost the same money over here in another event? It's all weird to me because, like, Lomachenko, honestly, I thought he should have never fought again. He said he didn't want to fight again. So it's like, why'd you come back and fight Kambosos? It looked kind of weird that you took that belt off Cambo, or not even belt, but it was vacant, wasn't it?
Nah, yeah, it's for the vacant IBF. But I thought that was that's the type of performance Shakur needs to be for your average casual boxing fan to start screaming Shakur.
Yeah, I don't think Shakur will ever be that guy, but he's got to accept that, man. The problem with Shakur is he doesn't want to. He thinks he's bigger than what he is. He's kind of like that Devin Haney effect right now too. Like Devin, I heard he's turning down the power fight because there's not enough money. It's like, bro,
$4 million.
That's a good fight for you, bro. Even if it's a low money, if you can go get a IBF strap and you already WBC champion recess, you can go back for your WBC. I mean,
but I don't think he can
Nick.
make 140 pounds no more. I think
No?
that's why he vacated that strap, because the best fight for him to come back to, why not come fight Sandor Martin? Knock the dust off, get back on the saddle, go get it, and then you defend against Sandor. Then you got a pure unification against Paro, and then you actually warrant the $4 million that you're asking for. But asking for $4 million to fight Paro is bizarre.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just where you come from and what happened with you.
Yeah,
man. Like just scale it back.
Promoter spoke too. Your value is not $4 million for no Paro. Your current market value, you had a purse bid, and it was like, I think $2 million or 2 point something, and you got to pay the opponent out of that.
Yeah,
it's a certain split for each individual sanctioning body when they go to purse bid, when they order a fight. I think it's like 75-25 or whatever it is for each sanctioning body. There was only one bidder on the fight too. Only one guy. It's only one guy willing to take Devin Haney back and have a fight, and that's only because he gets network money. He gets a certain amount of money from ESPN, and that's why Bob the pay-per-view for Bob, it's only when it's big mega stars fighting. He did the Loma Haney pay-per-view, and I think it was more of a favor towards Loma.
Yeah,
and
that was
it just
first pay-per-view, actually, I think.
Yep, and it just so happened to help Devin. You know what I mean? He wanted the pay-per-view and shit, in which, man, you couldn't have told no boxing fan that Devin was walking out of that fight with those belts. If anybody was going to get robbed, it would have been Devin. Go figure. Go fucking figure, man.
I don't know, man. I thought Dev won on my first look through. I thought, and like, this is what it's not a robbery to me, because I feel like there's a lot of swing rounds in there, and it was a 7. I had it 7-5 the fight, and
7-5 Loma.
I feel like Loma could have won 7-5 too. I was like, it's all about what those judges like sitting down. I think we got to understand that. Like, that's why I think we need a scoreboard in boxing, man. We need something above to show us what's going on, so that we're not puzzled at the end. So at least fighters know what the judges like, what they don't like, and you could adjust on the fly.
Facts. I was saying it yesterday. It's the only sport in the world the players don't know the score to the game.
Yeah, man. Everybody in the arena is like, we're at the judge's mercy at the end of the fight. It's crazy.
Yep. And we don't never get no extra words from them. We don't never get to interview the judges like we should.
Yeah, you're right.
Remo's in the building. I get off track.
Yeah, man. Shout
out to Remo. Let's Talk Fashion. Got a dope show tomorrow, Wednesdays. Check out Remo. Fundora Boogeyman, all of a sudden. He would have lost to Tim that night. You know what's bizarre about that fight to me? If his corner guy knew better, you go to the cards after 4, bud.
Right. They were up.
I can't see. My guy can't see. Go to the scorecards. It was due to an accidental elbow. All that blood, the bloodiest fight I've ever seen, dude. I remember ordering that fight. I was in the Dominican Republic on vacation with my family. I had to buy a VPN. I got it bad, bro. I gotta see the fights. There's nothing I can do where I leave boxing alone for a little while, unless I'm just straight sick of boxing talk, and we're like when everybody was slamming Bud Crawford into the ground for the whole Spence shit like that. It got so tiring to me. I didn't even want to care about boxing anymore. But I got it bad. Anywhere I go, I need to see the fights. Like, that was a pay-per-view, and I spent about $275 getting the pay-per-view. But now I got the Norton VPN. I never had it before, and now literally when there's not access, you just change your VPN and get access to anything in the world. So, he had it. Al Boogs had it 7-5 Loma, and that's what I had it too. I watched the fight 26 times.
Yeah,
I'm a numbers guy. I remember numbers.
And I look at it like that's a close fight, man. That's the definition of a close fight. And
facts. You can't be mad at a close fight.
I can't be saying robbery on every close fight,
Exactly, bro.
Because I think that gets used too much.
Yeah, we do. We use the robbery term in boxing way too much. A close fight, 7-5 either way. It seems like it's like the score 7-5, you won by 2, but you can't. That's winning by 1 in boxing.
Yeah,
115,
exactly.
113. It ends up being 2 points. That's just how the cookie crumbles. But
Right.
a close fight, 7-5, either way, it's not a robbery. It's a close fight, and they happen more than they don't happen. So you can't be mad at the way a decision goes, because not everybody sees the swing rounds the way you do. And that's another thing I implore on this live stream, on our Friday night lives. Know the guy who's judging your fight. Like there's a couple famous judges. Their names are avoiding me right now, but they like the pure boxers, or another judge likes the guy who presses the action. Know what the judge likes in the fight you're in. Like the O'Shaquie Foster thing. Everybody says that, and that one I don't blame you for saying it was a robbery. I think Conceição won the fight because he pressed the fight, because that's what I like. I don't want to see a guy trying to amateur box his way to victory, because it's not the amateurs. You got to press the action, whether your punches are landing, not. And you got to remember, the judge sees one angle of it from this side, another angle of it from this side, another angle of it from this side. So they're not catching the same things.
Yeah.
You young boxers got to know who's judging your fight, because
that's true,
your future is in their hands, especially if you're not a knockout puncher and you know you're not going to get a knockout. You got to know what these guys like. And it pisses me off about O'Shaquie, because I know Shock can fight all three styles he can fight. I've watched him knock a dude out in the 12th round and need it. Like, if he didn't get the knockout, Rocky Hernandez, you know what I'm talking about. If he didn't get that grand slam at the end of the 12th, he was losing that fight. They were going to relieve him of his strap, and rightfully so. He was flat in that fight. He didn't throw too many punches, and Rocky Hernandez was bringing the pain. So I'm glad O'Shaquie gets a rematch with Conceição, but you better fight a different way and know who them judges are, who's the people writing 10 and 9s and giving them to either or. You got to know how they like what they like in each individual one. I'm not saying to try to please all three or anything. Just know how they judge the fights. That's all.
No, I agree, man.
It's a quick YouTube Google.
Yeah, exactly.
You see scorecards, BoxRec. All the scorecards are there. We got all the tools in the world for you to know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
So, young fighters, like you're broke.
Just take a look, man.
Go look at these guys. They're gonna tell you how they judge the fight, every single fight. It's all right in the palm of our hands now. So I kind of blame the boxers.
Man. If the fight doesn't go on between Bud and Fundora, it's because of Fundora, because he's the WBO champ, not Bud. It's been ordered by the WBO. And Fundora already said he doesn't want to fight Bud in right after the Tim Tszyu fight. So
he did.
It'll be a Fundora duck, man. But I like Tim Tszyu, man. I liked him. I can't wait to see him on. I think my brother is gonna try to go do work with him sometime next week, actually, in Las Vegas at Split T Boxing. So
my guy Tszyu is with the shits. He'll fight anybody, any top guy. He's sent out contracts. Like, he's not playing. He's what every boxing fan wants, and so is Ryan Garcia too, for that matter.
Yeah.
Like, these guys we shun and talk shit about and down them. If you check their resumes, they're actually doing what we all say we want fighters to do, and that's fight the best. Ryan Garcia fights Teofimo after the suspension.
Yeah,
he went around the Four Kings and fought them all.
Yeah, no, he was the first one to fight the Four Kings. Yeah, you're right, man.
Yep.
Those other guys didn't want to mix it up, and he started calling them all out. Even talking about Teo now too.
Teo, I would love to see Teo tank. Floyd was even calling for that. Floyd called for Devin versus Shakur, and then Teo versus Tank. They tried to do the Devin Shakur. Well, they at least tried to make it look like they did. I don't know how people fall on that, but to me, if you like, I'm from a decade or two ago. If you send a guy a contract and it's only 25%, you didn't want to fight, because you're not sending.
I don't know, man. Because like Shakur's never been on pay-per-view. Like, look how it's transpired for Shakur now. He could have been undisputed. He could have had the cards in his hand.
You're right.
Now he's chasing those cards, and he's gonna continue chasing them. He could have been the guy to dethrone Devin Haney. I thought Devin Haney was staying at that weight way too long. He was draining himself way too much.
Me too.
And if Shakur wanted to beat him, it was that time. Like it was right there for him.
And
so I would have called bluff. Called that bluff.
He sent the fucking bottles over there of signing the contract. Like it looks so bad. It looks so bad.
Yeah, I agree. That was corny, man. That was corny.
Hey, you gotta watch what you're doing now. Everybody got a camera catching your ass in real time.
Yeah,
you know, you're looking goofy as shit. I think, you know, my mentality, how I am as a man, you ain't sending me 25% and think that you're gonna get over on some headlines and shit. I'm accepting that and making you have the next move. I send you a counter offer, but everybody says Shakur went to the sanctioning bodies, and that's when you really want to fight. That's what you do. You put black and white, put it on black and white, send it to the sanctioning bodies. So, you know, that whole thing. Then Devin goes and fights Regis. You moved up to 140. So I don't know. I ain't calling nobody a duck about that situation, but I'm with you, bro. I'm accepting that shit.
Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, man.
It played out pretty bad for him.
I feel like you could have cornered Devin Haney, right? Because if they accept it, they can't back out now. They can't go back on their word, and he's gonna come in super drained. But it is what it is, because I'm not mad at Shakur, because I know Shakur, he's kind of like a dude who's always standing on his own too, man. Like he's gonna do what he wants to do, and I respect that. You know, fighters standing up for themselves. So he didn't let Devin Haney bully him, and he basically made Devin Haney lead the division by going to the sanctioning body. So, you know, call it what you want, but that's what happened.
He definitely did that.
Had to move up.
I'm on Twitter right now, right? And this is the type of shit that Tank gets, and which is bizarre. I'm not even going to say the person's name yet. I'm just looking at the Twitter feed. This person says, George, the ferocious Kambosos, has a better resume than Tank Davis, Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney twice, and Lomachenko. See, right there with that tweet, you're trying to
just lost all those fights, bro.
Yeah, how are you going to give this guy credit for Devin Haney twice? Arguably didn't win a round in the whole double 2 times. And then he keeps going on. And Lomachenko on your resume is no joke. Losers don't go on your resume.
Yeah.
You go on theirs.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is, man. You don't get credit for losing, brother.
And then he says, at Gervonta would never. He'd rather cherry pick for the rest of his fraudulent career. Crazy work, my boy. I'm not even going to say your name. You're a goofy.
Oh man,
I almost said it too. Ryo called out. This is a good Twitter page. Nuke Undisputed. Nuke Vuitton.
Okay.
My boy be cooking fools on Twitter. Ryo called out Tank and said he would stop him. Now he's scared to even fight Tank because the offer was at 135 and not 140. I get it though. I understand why Ryo is one big knockout away from losing all the momentum he just gained. That was a boxing clinic he put on Pitbull. Pitbull needs to learn how to jab his way in instead of just putting up the Tyson peekaboo guard and trying to get your way in there, winging shots. Because when a guy can really box like Tank or Ryo, they turn you all night. They put on a boxing clinic, piecing you up in between them wide looping overhands. Pitbull ain't got no business being at 142. If he lived a proper boxer's lifestyle, he'd have no problem making 135. Same with Teo. Teo's the same size as Tank, but Teo always cries about the weight cuts and the Steve Claggett. So then he gets into this point where the excuse, I got to live on the excuse, like the Kambosos thing. My esophagus almost exploded.
Right. Yeah.
Couldn't breathe. You know what I mean? And I ain't taking credit for being undisputed 2 times. And if we're being real, he ain't never been undisputed once. But I'll give it to him. Like when he beat Lomachenko, that's his claim to fame. And if Loma starts 1 round earlier in that fight, he was putting the beats on that boy. He was piecing him up for the last 5 rounds. Teo's just bop, bop, bop.
Yeah, he stepped on it late.
Yeah, it started late, bro. It was a little miscalculation. I think it was more due to him being injured than anything. But once he starts putting them pity pats on you, and Loma can punch, bro. People don't understand that. I've watched him stop mad dudes, but he doesn't work enough to actually get you out of there. And he's never power punching. He's always 6-7 punches in a combo. Get inside, do his little jerky, blah, 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 blah. Pity pats. Yeah. People call it pity pats, but when them punches are really hurting, I don't know how much it should be called pity pat. You know what I mean?
Well, he's a lot like Tank,
Tio,
right? Like he's a small guy, Lomachenko. He probably should be a 30-pounder, to be honest.
Yeah.
But he has the skill. He's got the skill enough to take him up and fight. Just like Tank's got the power to carry up and beat those guys at 35. I think Tank's also a 30-pounder as well. But
yeah, I do.
Those guys are special guys at that weight, man. And it's just like the Roberto Duran stuff. Like, you could only be special when you move up and fight guys. So that's why I look at Tank a certain way. I think that's why people have so much expectation on him too. It's because he's knocking out these guys who are bigger than him. But it's unfair, man. But it's just God-give talent. It's God-give talent. You know, Wilder had it too.
The Roy Jones effect.
Yeah.
Where
Wilder was just smacking dudes with one punch, and that's what it was. But you know, it comes to an end at some point, boys.
Yep, heaviest thing about the crown.
Yeah, thing about Tank, other than Wilder, is Tank can actually box, so he can carry his career on a little longer.
Yeah,
for sure.
Definitely. Yo, let the people know where they can find you at. We're gonna wind this joint down.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Boxing Talk Up North on YouTube or Instagram. You can hit me up on there. I try to go live when I can. Do it spontaneously, usually around 9 p.m. But usually have James Toney with me. He's a cool dude. A couple other guys I usually reach out to. And shout out to J Hardcore, D1, Remo, all the JBT family. I reached out to Jay. I might be joining the team soon. We'll see how it goes, man.
That'd be dope.
But appreciate y'all. Thanks for having me, brother.
No doubt, bro. No doubt. Yo, thank you to everybody who tuned into this. We appreciate y'all. We'll be back again. Old School wasn't able to come in today, but you know what I mean? My man's working. He a triple OG. It just can't make it all the time. I'll be popping up with more of these. I'm gonna play this lineup one last time. Check out Kaz Sports. He's on at 2:00. Go learn you something. Actually, this thing's not loading up. I'm gonna get up out of here. Thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Have a great afternoon. We'll see you later. Peace. That shit done.